Hi, we're the Death Hilarious, and unfortunately, we're the last of the good guys. No, I think he's
completely asexual. I think the only sexual attraction he's got is probably when they undressed his nan when she died, and the mortician was washing her on the mortuary slab.
Why is he watching this?
Because he's requested to go in.
What? Oh, okay.
He's requested.
So that is my grandmother's last request: is I watch her being washed on the mortuary slab.
Yes. Sorry, Jeffrey. We can't see any evidence of that in the will. There. No. She told you verbally to me.
Yeah. It was a contract, a grandmother and grandson contract.
But more important than anything legal, you can write on your little legal pads.
Now get her bra off now. I am not having it. I want to see her tits. Oh God.
I noticed in other episodes you can see right up my dress. Yeah, I keep doing it. What's that about?
Well, I'm sure those 13 or 14 people.
You thinking you were going to say 13 or
14-year-olds?
14-year-olds?
Why would I have said that? Unless you were thinking about it. Actually, I better not do that because I spend a lot of time with him. So, I'll get as much as
if I get done, yeah. Oh, I'm taking you down with him.
That'd be terrible. Really bad.
I'll be like that. As the coppers are banging the door in, I'm just screenshotting all our WhatsApps and just tweeting them.
Wow.
Yeah, you think what I said's bad. I sometimes do worry about that.
What?
Because obviously some of the things we say to each other are horrific.
Well, people, you often hear people say, and particularly like younger women are guilty of this. They like share something, it'll be like a meme or something like that on Instagram or whatever, and it'll be like, if people heard what me and my friends talk about, they'd lock us up. And I'm like, in our case, it is actually true.
Yes, we'd be in prison.
We would be arrested.
Yeah,
and spend a few years inside.
Yeah, we do, because we do stuff. It's not we don't even believe it necessarily. I'm just saying it because I know it's going to get a reaction.
Yeah, of course, same. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if I say something like, do you know what I mean? I'm just doing it to get either that reaction of disgust or a kind of like a
shock laugh.
This kind of guttural laugh where you don't even make a noise at first. Like at the end in Godfather 3 where his daughter gets shot
and he just goes
it's like that, but laughter.
Yeah.
So there's no sound, and it really flat. I did it to you earlier when you were drinking a Fanta can. I said something.
Yeah, you did say something. I can't remember what it was.
And then he got me back afterwards, making me cry hard with laughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only we'd been recording that would have been really good.
That would have been brilliant.
So you're just going to have to...
What we'll try and do is we'll try and recreate it later in a way that's clearly forced and way less funny.
Yeah, but that's what most podcasts do, so
that is true.
Maybe that'll make it more successful.
Yeah. Yeah, just be careful on the internet, guys.
Careful on the internet. You never know who you can trust and who you can't trust.
True. Have you ever been...
trafficked?
Yeah, have you ever been trafficked by Russian separatists?
Oh, really?
No, have you ever been
No, I was
scared
specifically
on the internet?
Russian.
Because I've had.
I work with a guy who claims to have been the target of traffickers.
Really?
And the way he was saying it.
Does he mean traffic wardens? That's very different. It's two very different.
It's terrible. No, I park my car up and they come up to me and they say, "You can't park there." And you go,
he said, "This is a crime against humanity." Yes.
They go, first off, they're giving you a ticket and saying you're parking on a corner by a junction, which is illegal. And the next time they're harvesting your organs and making you have sex with a man in Belarus. It's terrible, isn't it, mate?
You wake up in the fucking Maginot Line.
Maginot Lines. He said, bear in mind this guy's 32. And he was like, he said, I was a target of traffickers once. And he said, I've seen a psychiatrist about it and everything, They wanted me to, give my details and send my passport to somebody who would meet me and all this sort of stuff. And I was like, fucking hell. I was like, how old are you? And he was going, what do you mean? I said, well, when was this? He said, about 4 months ago.
What?
Yeah. I was like, so you were 31? And he was like, yeah, it's really bad. I was like, and he's really ugly as well. It was still part of me going,
You think there's still
Why would you-
standards?
There's got to be standards amongst traffickers.
Yeah.
Like, you don't shower every day.
Maybe it was like the Bernard Bresslaw of human traffickers, right? You know, like Bernard Bresslaw from Carry On films.
I was wondering if you were talking about the same Bernard Bresslaw.
Yeah, Bernard Bresslaw, where he's like, oh, no, boss, I got one of these guys that we can ship out to Chechnya. And they just go, let's have a look. Oh, for God's sake, he's absolutely disgusting. We're not going to get a penny for this, you dope.
So basically, you've cast Bernard Bresslaw as a human trafficker.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Carry on Interpol. That girl's been missing for 6 months.
Well, I was going to say, I was actually going to use an existing Carry On film. So I was going to go, Carry On. Constable, that girl's been trafficked.
Both good, I think. Both good.
Slightly better, I think, mine. Huh?
I once thought I got... I remember getting an email, and this was not long ago. I remember getting an email where they said, we hacked into your webcam.
Oh, right.
And we filmed you while you were watching porn.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your password. And it was a genuine password. It was my password. And I was like, and it's quite distinctive, my password.
Yeah.
So I was like...
More child porn, please.
And I remember thinking, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? You know, already started making plans. I was like, right, I'll tell my mother first. I'll say, look, Mum, sit down, Mum and Dad. Okay, right. I like bukkake. Okay. Right, Dad, you might not know what that is, right? Don't Google it.
He's
That's
just
what
like, do I?
That's
my boy! I did a similar one many, many years ago. Before I met my wife. It's not true, it was about a few years in. But we're all human.
I'll put this into
human.
the episode and then I'll wait for your message to say, yeah, could you actually take that out?
No, my wife's not an idiot.
Yeah.
I had a pop-up flashed up on my computer.
Call it an erection, mate, alright?
Sorry, right, okay, let me rephrase that. I had a hard-on. No, there was a pop-up that came up on the screen, and it filled the entire screen, unlike, you know...
I think I've had one of these as well.
Unlike one of these, you know, like, we all have to, like... We all get irritated by live Jasmine, you know, we're all like, come on, go away, live Jasmine.
Yeah. Live
Go away.
Yeah, like, how live are you, Jasmine?
Yeah, how live are you, Jasmine? Or, you know, it's kind of like, whatever it is, like the sort of... I don't know how... I'm not very tech savvy, as you know, but you know, like whether it's like the cookies or the data of the whatever server you're using, they know roughly where it is.
Yeah.
Like whenever my phone logs in, it always tells me I'm near Cardiff or Pontypridd because I've like dropped you by your house. So it's reg. It's like I don't actually live anywhere near those places.
Are you watching porn as you're driving up?
Yeah. Well, it keeps changing.
Fucking was weaving all over the road.
Yeah. Keeps changing. Now it says I'm watching porn in the Brecon Beacon, so I am actually. No, that'd be too dangerous. I wouldn't do that. But I pull over, and then pull myself off. What? No, this pop-up came up, and it was very official looking, very scary looking thing, and it was it claimed to be from the CIA, telling me that I'd accessed child pornography. And I can say for a split second, you're like, I'm just going to hang myself.
Yeah.
And then you go, I have never in my life looked or even thought about looking at anything like that. So what the fuck is this? Because it's clearly bullshit. And then I googled it and I was like, okay, this is a scam.
What would you have done, right? If it had been it was a real thing, right? And the police turned up your house and they said, and you were like, what's happened? And you've been watching like a kind of group sex video.
I could be accused of murder, and I could deal with it on the chin.
And the kid had just walked in the background. Do you know what I mean? Like he'd been in the house and it was blurry in the background. They hadn't shut the door, and a kid just walked past. But they were like, "I'm sorry, mate. This is technically child porn, and you've technically watched it."
I'd be like, well, can I just have a second to go to the toilet? And I'd hang myself in the toilet. Like,
try and flush yourself down the toilet.
Like Fred West.
Try and jump down the toilet like Mary Poppins as you flush.
Like the little tin soldier who like gets eaten by a fish and then gets spewed out, and it's all like a mad old story. Yeah, well, I tell you what, one of the funniest porn pop-ups I've ever seen, just because of the way it was written, it flashed up again a long, long time ago, and it said, "Warning, if you click this link, your marriage will end."
So you went...
I wasn't married. I wish I could say I was at the time. But I can imagine some blokes going, "Thank God!" And all it does is infect your computer with a virus. So it just makes your life a bit more inconvenient.
What would you do though if there was the button to press, and then suddenly, like 5 minutes later, you got a phone call and he goes, "It's Karen. She's been killed in a car crash."
Oh God, what's that? The monkey's paw?
Yeah.
But it's called the monkey's pawn instead.
There we go.
There it is.
There he is. All right, end of episode. We're not going to get.
We're not going to get any better than puns around sort of early Edwardian short form horror stories.
You know, you must know some people. It's probably, I think it's becoming increasingly more common. Are people who are not on social media and stuff like that, not on Facebook or not on anything, because of, you know, I don't want people kind of tracking me.
Stuff,
but the 2 points I raised there is, A, what have you got to hide that's remotely interesting? Yeah. And 2, they're going to find you anyway. I'm under no illusions that, like, if the government want to track me, they will, whether I've got a fucking laptop or not.
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. But also the amount of people who think that because they've got their Facebook settings to private, that it is literally them and the 380 people they have on Facebook are the only people in the world who can see that. Yeah, very, slightly similar thing in the sense that it was too specific to have been a coincidence. This happened quite a long time ago, maybe about 4 years ago, 5 years ago. When I was in the canteen where I work, me and some of the guys were having food, and we started. I don't know how we got onto again Carry On films. Weirdly, like I think we'd like saying like, how are they still on TV? I think it's because they're consciously like, shit.
Yes.
You know, they kind of there's always like a wink to the audience that they're like
and
sexist
evokes a
and
certain
stuff.
period of time.
Yeah, you know, people just no one's actually watching a Carry On and going, "Oh, that's so misogynist and offensive." Like, everyone knows that they're crappy. That's the whole. That's their gimmick, you know.
Yes.
And we started talking about something, and I said to someone, "Have you seen the photograph of Carry On actor Charles Hawtrey, famously featured on the cover of the Smiths' Best Of, when he was gay and had a very sort of troubled life." Wait till you hear what I'm going to tell you about Kenny Williams. You still have more of a chance with them now. I mean, they're dead, but you still have more of a chance with them. No, with I said we've seen because he was Charles Hawtrey lived a sort of quite a tragic life, and he was like well into his sort of late 60s, early 70s, I think, and he was like having rent boys to his terraced house in Deal in Kent.
Yeah.
And one day, one of them fell asleep in his bed with a cigarette, and the house caught fire. And he had to be rescued by a fireman without his toupee on, like in his dressing gown, and a fireman like brought him down, and the local newspaper was there, sort of very quickly, and they took photographs of him outside, like kind of like pointing and shouting at neighbours and stuff, telling them to mind their own business, with these like really bewildered-looking firemen standing behind him. And I said, "Oh, has anyone seen this?" And of course, because most people live normal, healthy lives, they haven't seen the photographs of Charles Hawtrey being rescued from a house fire
on their phone instead of their good lady wife.
Look, some people haven't lived, all right? So I said, "Oh, I'll find it for you now." So I go onto Google on my phone and I type CH, and the predicted thing that comes up is Charles Hawtrey house fire.
Had you searched it before, though?
No. Absolutely not, because otherwise I would have gone, okay, well, obviously, you know.
Wow,
but a few of the guys were like, wow, that is weird, and then a couple of guys were like, yeah, but so what? It's like predicted search, and I was like, do you know how many things would come first in the English-speaking world?
Yeah.
Christmas, children,
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
Charles Hawtrey Carry On films, even.
Do
you know what I mean? Charles Hawtrey rescued from fire in Deal in Kent in the late 70s or whenever it was. Somebody was advertising for comedy spots
in Muchmarkle.
In Muchmarkle, which is where Fred West was born, where he was taught how to have sex with his mother, and where he buried... True.
Taught. I like that word. Taught.
He was learned.
Right, Fred, come on, in we come. Sit down now. Right.
Talk about homeschooling.
I don't know what that means.
Homeschooling.
Yeah, I know that, but what's the... Usually like a pun there. You can't just say...
There's no pun.
You can't just say
she's schooling him she's schooling him at home to have sex. Which would imply that other people go out to do it. But you do really, don't you? You know, you learn. You learn to you
ice cream.
Very rarely.
With his mouth. Just like that. It's like, and you scoop a big ball of that, like that. A big ball of, like, fucking basically. Like,
come on, I want to know what you're going to describe it as.
a big ball of kind of, what would you call it? Like curdle.
Septic cunt custard.
Yeah. Exactly. And you go, and you scoop it out with your mouth, and then you just swallow it down like Popeye used to do when he'd eaten spinach. And he goes, "Gonna make you big and strong, Fred." And he'd go, "Yeah."
And Fred West is like coming over his mother's fucking massive swollen boulder slug tits. And he's just going, and he goes,
"I'm gonna kill my own daughter."
We haven't applied for this gig in Muchmarkle for obvious reasons. I reckon.
But I think they need to finally laugh at it, okay? They need to finally see the funny side, and then we can move on.
Yeah, I was like, actually, I think, are we all... Actually, everyone, I brought spades with me. We're going to put our pints down. We're going to go out and we're going to look for Mary Bastone's body in one of these fields.
It's fucking... I don't know what's more chilling, the fact that Fred West actually killed that girl there, or that he knows her full name.
The missing one.
The missing one, her full name.
Yeah. Well, I'm just a nice guy. That's the truth of it.
I'm just an amateur sleuth looking for some answers.
Like one of those amateur sleuths on the, the Cecil Hotel documentary.
Yes.
When they were all like, basically these like housebound mouth breathers going, it just doesn't add up. I requested all the information from the local authority, and they wouldn't give it to me. Something don't smell right. I was like, you don't smell right because you haven't had a shower for 3 weeks, you fucking cunt.
And his name's like Clive Purpleheart because he wants the same name as he's got on the the fucking D&D forums.
The forums, yeah.
And it's just underneath Internet Sleuth, which is like, it's not a fucking job.
It's not a job. It's a way that he doesn't have to tell everyone he's on disability allowance. Basically, he doesn't want everyone to know that the citizenry are paying him to fart. Basically, that is his job. So your taxpayers are paying for you to shit and eat fucking. Funyuns or fucking dairy.
And he can solve any mystery, apart from the one where the $200 is going out of his mother's purse every week. And how all that print-based porn is ending up in his bedroom. It's the one mystery he cannot solve.
And his mother's offered him all his help. He just can't solve it.
But Clive, you usually so clever. You can always solve the mystery. I don't know where the money... Shut the fuck up, Mom!
Get out, Mom!
Get out of my room. I'm going to barricade it again with my gaming chair.
Well, I actually...
my gaming chair.
I'm trying to get on Live Jasmine.
I'm trying to find out where she is. That's the next mystery. We're trying to find out Live Jasmine's address. Is she in this area? I don't think so.
She goes, this week we're going to try and solve the murder of Carrie Lamb. That was her name, wasn't it? Is it Carrie Lamb? The girl who was found in the water tank in the Cecil Hotel?
Eliza Lamb.
Eliza Lamb. Who's Carrie Lamb? Okay, I don't know. Also, it might be a curry, actually. Carrie Lamb.
Might be that perfect woman you keep drawing. Carrie, you look so wonderful in your Girl Scout outfit.
Oh, Christ. It's like...
Carrie, new braces.
Yeah. Who paid for that retainer? I think it was me. It's like adding things.
Carrie, you've not grown old gracefully.
Yeah,
because you like to draw it throughout the years.
Right, okay. So, is this him or me?
Do I?
I don't know. Right, this guy is like blended.
No, I like the idea, and then I like the idea of this sleuth as well. Once he shouted to his mother and shut the door, he tries to share a massive Subway sandwich with him and his dog, like Scooby Doo and Shaggy.
Like fucking like Lady in the Tramp. Like Lady in the Tramp. Yeah. But when he gets down to the dog, eats the dog as well.
He doesn't stop chewing.
He's like, instead of kissing it, he just goes... fucking eats his dog's burps out the collar.
That's another mystery.
That's
that he
another
cannot
mystery.
solve.
He's just lying there going, Mom, I don't know where the dog is. I don't know where the dog is, Mom. And then she's like, Paul, you've been shitting out those dog claws, leaving them in the bathroom.
I don't know where the dog is, Mom, but I'm one step closer to finding out what happened to Fred Flintstone.
It's like not a
It's
mystery.
like, what? What do you mean,
Not
what
a
happened to
mystery.
Fred Flintstone? Nobody's seen him since that reboot in the early noughties.
Yeah.
It's like he's a
No one's
cartoon.
seen him since. I've written repeatedly to Mark Addy and John Goodman, and I can't get anything back. Or the actors that played them in the sort of 90s and noughties sort of live action versions. Yes. Thanks for clarifying your joke, Glenn. Okay.
One more thing. My wife loves you. I haven't got a wife. No.
Oh, God.
I'm like Columbo. I'm like Columbo crossed with Ironside. Basically, I'm just a smelly man in a wheelchair.
With Frank Cannon, he was the fat guy. That was his disability. No, you are right. Ironside was in a wheelchair. Because it was like that.
Yeah, factually, that joke is watertight.
Oh, it's absolutely watertight. Yeah, absolutely. Because, Frank Cannon was fat. Columbo was like a
Stinking, wasn't
disorganised misanthrope,
he?
wasn't he?
Yeah. Monk was
blind.
OCD.
He was blind, wasn't he? No, Longstreet was blind.
No, yeah. Monk had
Monk
OCD.
Monk had OCD. Longstreet was blind, and Frank Cannon was fat.
Yeah. Jessica Lange had HIV.
Jessica Lange. Oh no, you mean Jessica Fletcher?
Oh, who's Jessica? Oh, Jessica Lange played her. No.
No, Angela Lansbury played her.
That's right. Oh. Who's Jessica Lange then?
Jessica Lange is well, she's in Rob Roy, and she was also in one of the recent series of American Horror Story.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Jessica Fletcher.
What did
She had
Jessica Fletcher have?
HIV. She never said it, but you can see it.
No, and it's nice that the medication allowed her to live to like 98 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
I remember sitting. It's definitely a personal low point for me. Was being about 12 or 13 and going on a computer in my parents' house with like a bowl of cereal or something, maybe a bowl of crisps, who knows. And they had recently set up a live webcam at Loch Ness. And I watched it.
To be honest, it's not. It's something exactly the sort of thing I would look at.
I watched it for nearly 2 hours,
Really?
thinking that I would see the Loch Ness monster.
You're going to be the one.
I'm going to be the one.
In that window of time,
you're
going to
Nessie.
spot it. Yeah.
Might
because
surprise
it's
you
probably so
to know.
grainy and like.
It was so blurry. I
that
think
you
I
were seeing things
at
all
one
the
point.
time. You go, there he is.
It was like what could have just been a stick. I thought it was like basically with pixels. You're watching pixels.
Yeah.
I think.
But I imagine you seeing like the Loch Ness thing. And then just going, and then running to school like Charlie when he gets the fucking golden ticket, and Charlie in the chocolate factory running to school and just saying like, "Are you seeing it?"
I see a lot of small sons.
That's
All
bank holiday
the
Glenn,
girls
isn't
going,
it?
all the girls going, "Fuck off, Glenn! You've got tits. You've got tits, and you're into the Loch Ness monster. Could you be any less alluring?" There you go, but not being alluring is alluring, in a film. And they go, "What do you mean in a film? In a film?" And they go, "There, in a film, the fat boy at the end, he go okay." And I go, "What? Also, why am I speaking like this? Why am I speaking like this in my own memory of my past?" He go, "It's no good, he'll be okay. I go, and your fat boy be loved by the end of the film. By the pretty girl. When you go, be lovely."
Fuck me, it took me 40 seconds to swallow that
I was
water,
really
man.
hoping I'd get you to spit it
Oh
out.
my god.
Yeah.
I'm going to be okay in the film, innit? What film? In the film, we're in the film now. I'm going to be okay in the film, we're in now.
Somebody who lives such a jarred existence, they think everything's going to be okay, like in a feel-good ending of a film.
Gonna be okay when the credits roll. I have a happy ending. My wife, my kitty, my little doggy.
Yeah. It's like they're like, "You're fused to the sofa, sir. We're going to try and remove you without ripping any of your skin. Okay, we're just going to give you a sedative." And he goes, "Yeah, but
Oh, thank God, this is only the middle of the film. Thank God, this is only the second act climax.
The middle of the film."
You wait until I pull through. And then Jim Carrey come in, he's a doctor, and he does something silly, and he goes, "Don't worry, I just go laughing back, Madden."
I fall in love with Saki Nurse. I fall in love with Saki Nurse in the burns unit. Because ambulance can burn on the way to hospital. But everything can be okay because they done good in the film. And I get a Saki Nurse who fall in love with me because of my heart and not because of my burns. What? I don't even know what's going on anymore.
And my mammy come in, my mammy, Helen Hunt, my mammy go, you good boy. You good boy, you born. They go, yeah. I go, yeah.
And come my mum who played by Helen Hunt. Does she come in and I say, well, you're my mommy, but also because you're Helen Hunt, I can kiss you. And I get a snog from Helen Hunt, and then she non-Helen Hunt, she's my mum.
And then Michael Gay Fox come in, he just go, hey,
Michael Gay Fox.
Michael Gay Fox come in, he's my cousin, and he come in and he go, come on, we've got to pop him for out in the future. Let's go back to future. And I go, yeah. They run really hard. They run so fast and go back in time.
And then we see the doc, but it's not a doc from Back to the Fluker. It's a doc telling me I got needles hanging out of me and I need to go back to bed. Or I'm going to be dead.
But don't worry, you're going to be okay at the end of the film.
Okay, shall we...
Talking of hatred.
Talking of hatred.
Well, this is not something that we hate. This has actually given us a lot of pleasure, hasn't it?
So we...
This doesn't irritate us.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So this was something we discovered in university.
Yeah.
And it's basically Neil Morrissey, who, as we will all know from such classic works as Mutiny on the Bounty.
The Bounty, with possibly one of the star-studded casts ever.
Yes.
It's a 1980s movie about the mutiny on the Bounty, and it stars Laurence Olivier, Anthony Hopkins, Mel Gibson, Liam Neeson, John Sessions, one of the Fox brothers, one of the
Basil Brush.
No, it's not Lawrence Fox's
Sooty
uncle.
and Sweet.
Lawrence Fox's uncle. Yeah, so Neil Morrissey, who is famous for being in a lot of things, Men Behaving Badly. The voice of Bob the Builder.
The voice of Bob the
Which must be
Builder?
very lucrative.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He was in a film called The Bounty, which was a retelling of the Mutiny on the Bounty. With,
he was in Men Behaving Badly. He was the voice of Bob the Builder. However, we've got one thing over Neil Morrissey, is that we've never tried to record a World Cup song, and we've never recorded a World Cup song as bad as this one. So as we can see here from that first shot there, Jim Morrison's in the background there. So it's trying to channel the energy.
Do you think they chose Jim
kind of
Morrison
rock
because it
royalty.
sort of sounds like Neil Morrison?
Possibly.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, you
Although I would have thought
they
that
pick
Morrissey would have
would
been the
more
actual, the better one, yeah.
Dual drummers there, like Adamant. Right, so hired sort of nuts models.
Oh yeah, they're proper lads, mags, babes, aren't they? He looks like he's dressed to go to a car boot sale. Like he doesn't dress. He's not dressed smart at all.
Oh, it's so fucking tasteless as well. Just filming girls' arses.
I mean, the pound shop slash they have there looks like he's got so much estrogen. But there's not.
Watching through his system.
Look at him, yeah. His tits on him are insane.
I know. I mean, this whole thing appeals to such a stereotypical idea of what football fans like. What do you like? Footballs,
Girls,
arses, the England flag,
guitars,
Neil
sunglasses, shades, cool shades. What? They're not even cool sunglasses. Nobody has got good sunglasses on there.
Shirt from Burton's.
Oh, it's short sleeves. It's like, come on.
It's proper dad. Everything about this
It doesn't even look
like
smart. And it's filmed on
midlife crisis.
terrible place to film it. Look at it. It's
Top of a. Is that in London or something?
It would make. Do you know if it would make more sense if they filmed it in like a field in England?
Yeah, football stadium or something.
Or a football stadium, just somewhere like green and pleasant, like Hampstead Heath or
Or
something.
like an abattoir or something.
An abattoir, the field of Agincourt,
Yeah.
full of French dead.
Yeah, a migrant boat trying to get into the country. You know.
Yeah, Neil Morrissey performing on a sinking migrant ship.
That's what I want to see for the next World Cup.
That guy with the wig on, that guy there, that's his business partner, and they went through an obsession of like buying up like properties that had been affiliated to Dylan Thomas.
Yeah, he's a massive Dylan Thomas fan, isn't he?
Yeah,
Neil Morrissey.
so that he bought Brown's Hotel in Larne and run it into the ground.
Wow.
I really don't like the look of the producer. Go back and look at the producer. The producer looks to me like. Actually, I'm not joking here. Someone showed me a video. Oh yeah, we want to start now. Someone showed me a video recently. This is going back to something we talked about before. Of something unpleasant, and it was of a gang-related punishment, where a man who was gaffer taped to a chair. It was a very recent video. Had his ears cut off with garden secateurs, probably as a punishment for betrayal or stealing money from another gang or his own gang. And one of the men in the video, I'm pretty sure, was this guy.
Yeah, I can believe that. Yeah, he also reminds me of Chucky from Child's Play.
What? I was going to say from Rugrats.
No, I mean maybe Chucky after an intensive course of chemotherapy.
Chain smoking to cope with it.
Yeah, chain smoking, and he's got a job. In
his teeth are actually brown.
Yeah,
like not even just like a little bit yellow because he drinks coffee. They're brown.
Well, this is the kind of company that Neil Morrissey keeps.
Yeah,
for sure. Right, what we should do is let's do a little little improv, right?
Okay.
I'm going to be Neil Morrissey.
Cool.
And you're going to be my agent, and I'm basically going to pitch that this is my next career move.
Okay. Come in, Neil. Come in.
Hey,
sit down.
Hey.
How's it going?
Jeremy.
Good to see you.
Mate?
Good to see you, pal. Well, sit down. Sit down. You keeping well?
Yeah. I'm good. How's yourself?
Yes.
How's the wife?
She's good.
Cool.
Thanks
Excellent. So, we've got
Please tell me here to tell me that you're getting back with Rachel. Because that would be great for the tabloids.
Me and Rachel just put that thing on ice, baby. Just put that thing on ice. Look, right?
She's married to James. She's married to James Bond now.
Yeah. No, I see it on the paper. Yeah, it's just a rebound relationship. She's going to come back to me eventually. But hey, right, get this, Jeremy, right? I've been sitting back, planning my next move.
Yeah, you haven't done much work recently. No. You've been running those pubs in West Wales into the ground.
Yeah. Well, I love DT. I'm a big fan.
You got the DTs?
I'm a big fan of DT.
Oh, you're a big fan of DT?
No. I'm still drinking quite a lot every day.
Oh, cool. Right. Yeah.
So I'm buying so many pubs, but under the illusion that I'm buying them for literary reasons. But don't worry about it. I'm drinking a lot. Don't worry, Jeremy. I'm planning my next move.
Have you showered recently?
Well, I think the body ultimately
cleans itself.
Body cleans itself.
Yes.
I say this to you all the time, Jeremy.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Not
don't
true.
worry about it. Yeah. But I know what I'm going to do. Basically, I know what I'm going to do, and I think this is going to.
I can't send Martin Clunes another begging letter. He's
doing
Doc Martin.
He'll come round.
He's doing Doc Martin.
Marty will come round. But the World Cup's coming up soon.
Right, the football. Okay.
Yeah. Football, big. I'm a big sports guy.
Are you okay?
No, I've been on one this weekend, mate. I've slept.
Okay.
But it doesn't detract from the idea.
Just some mouthwash or something. Just some mouthwash?
It doesn't detract from the idea, okay? Get this. I'm going to do my own World Cup song.
Sorry?
I'm going to do my own World Cup song.
You were going to do it?
Yeah.
With who? With a musician? Or?
No. I got a couple of the boys around. They're in a band. Great little Adam and the Ants tribute band, actually.
I saw those men who were protesting outside that mosque the other week.
And you know what we're going to use for the music? In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. But I'm going to change it.
I'm not sure you can.
I'm going to change it.
I don't think you can. I think it would be...
Jeremy, please.
Please, you're meant to be my agent. You're meant to support me regardless.
No,
okay?
that's not true. I meant to guide you and
In
offer
the
you
jungle,
advice.
the mighty jungle.
That's also in my financial interest as well as yours.
In the jungle, the mighty
I
jungle.
know what the lyrics are. Will you stop saying the lyrics?
In the jungle, the mighty jungle. 3 lions roar tonight.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Should we send Rachel and Martin another letter? If it'll just make you feel better.
I'll miss her so much.
But yeah, so yeah, that's and it's quite sad really that it's all gone downhill from that video in terms of this country in general. I mean, that was that would have been 2 years after the financial crash.
Yeah.
And
well, maybe that's why
things were bad then. Now I look at that video, misty-eyed, and think, do you remember we just all run up to a rooftop with a couple of
fat guys,
Page 3 models that existed back then? Was it 2010? Or maybe that was
I don't know.
Have
you got your dad's number? Can we check?
Yeah. So yeah, it would have been. We had Page 3 back then.
We're in the European Union.
In the European Union. Who was Prime Minister then?
2010.
Cameron. David Cameron.
Or was it Coalition in 2010? It was Coalition.
Yeah, it would have been the Coalition. Yeah. The Coalition. So there was at least some Liberals in power.
Well. If you could call them that, they all went to the same private school, didn't they?
In all but name. Bit about now, no?
Yeah.
Bit about how are we going to end this? That's the problem.
That's a good point.
That's the issue.
England's on the